Fluent, period. What if I told you that you don't need more time to learn English? Not more hours, not more courses, not more effort, just better use of what you already have. Sounds too simple? Good, because this is exactly where most people get it wrong. Let me ask you something. Be honest. How much time did you spend today doing things that didn't really help you grow? Scrolling, watching random videos, opening your phone just for a minute, and suddenly 30 minutes are gone. You've been there, right? We all have. Now imagine this. What if just a small part of that time, not all of it, just a small part, could completely change your English? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not complicated, but is powerful. And if you actually apply it, it could transform the way you speak English. Most people believe this lie. I need more time. I'm too busy. I'll start when I have a better schedule. But the truth? You don't need more time. You need a better system. Because without a system, you rely on motivation. And motivation comes and goes. One day you feel excited. The next day, you feel tired. And when you feel tired, you do nothing. That's why most people stay stuck. Not because they're not capable, but because they are inconsistent. Now here's the shift. Instead of waiting for motivation, you build a structure. Something simple, something repeatable, something that works even when you don't feel like it. And today, you're going to learn that system. A simple method, easy to follow, but extremely powerful. It's called the 15-30-15 method. No, it's not magic. No, it's not complicated. But if you do it right, it works. Let's break it down. 15 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes during the day, 15 minutes at night, 1 hour total. That's it. Now you might be thinking, 1 hour every day, that's still a lot. But let me ask you again, how much time do you already waste without noticing? Exactly. This is not about finding time. It's about replacing time. Now here's where it gets interesting. Because each part of this method has a purpose. And if you understand why, you'll never look at your routine the same way again. Let's start with the first 15 minutes. Morning. This is not just study time. This is direction. The way you start a day shapes everything that comes after. In the morning, your brain is fresh, calm, quiet, no noise yet, no stress, no distractions. This is a rare moment, and most people waste it. They check their phone, they scroll, they react to the world, instead of creating their own direction. But you're going to do something different. For 15 minutes, you focus on English. Not everything, not too much, just one small action. You can read a few sentences, listen to a short audio, learn 3 to 5 new words, repeat simple phrases. But here's the key. You stay present. No multitasking, no distractions. Just focus. And before you even start, say something simple to yourself. Today, I will improve my English. I am not afraid of mistakes. I'm getting better step by step. These are not just words. They are instructions to your brain. Because your mindset shapes your progress. Now, let's go to the next part. The 30 minutes. This is where transformation begins. Because this is where most people lose time without even realizing it. You open your phone just for a moment and suddenly 30 minutes are gone. No progress. No growth. Nothing changed. But what if those same 30 minutes became your turning point? This is not passive time. This is active time. Here, you don't just listen. You use the language. You speak. You think. You interact. Let me give you something simple. Pick a topic. Your day. Your routine. Your plans. And start speaking. I wake up at 7. I go to work. I feel tired today. Simple? Yes. Powerful? Also yes. Because speaking is what builds fluency. Not reading. Not writing. Not just listening. Speaking. And here's something most people avoid. Speak out loud. Not in your head. Out loud. Because your brain and your mouth need to work together. You can even stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and speak. At first, it will feel strange, uncomfortable, maybe even embarrassing. Good? That means you're growing. Confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first, and then confidence follows. You can also ask yourself questions. What did I do today? What do I like? What are my plans? And answer them again and again. This repetition, it's not boring. It's training. Because when you repeat, you remember. And when you remember, you speak with confidence. Now, let's move to the last part, the final 15 minutes. Night. This is not about learning more. This is about understanding what you did. Reflection. Most people skip this, and that's why they feel stuck, because they don't see their own progress. At night, you slow down, you sit quietly, and you ask yourself, what did I learn today? What did I practice? What was difficult? Then write it down. Not perfect, just honest. Today I learned 3 new words. I practiced speaking for 5 minutes. I made mistakes with past tense. That's enough, because this is how progress becomes real. And before you sleep, read something simple again. Slowly, calmly. Let the language stay in your mind. Because what you repeat at night, your brain remembers. Now listen carefully. This method is not magic. It will not change your life in one day. And that's exactly why most people quit. They want fast results. They want to feel better immediately. But language doesn't work like that. It's not a race. It's a process. And every process requires patience. Let me show you something. Imagine someone, not special, not disciplined, not confident, just normal, lazy sometimes, tired sometimes, doubtful sometimes. But one day, they decide to try, just a little. Morning, a few sentences. Lunch, a few words spoken. Night, a small reflection. First week, nothing changes. Second week, still feels slow. And this is where most people quit. But if they continue, something happens. They start recognizing words faster. They speak small sentences without thinking too much. They feel slightly more comfortable. And then one day, they realize something powerful. I'm not afraid anymore. Not perfect, but not silent. And that is the real turning point. Because fluency is not perfection. It's participation. Now let's talk about something important. Mistakes. Most people are afraid of them. Avoid them. Hate them. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not the problem. Silence is. Because when you speak and make a mistake, you learn. When you stay silent, you stay the same. So stop waiting to be perfect. Start speaking now. Even if your sentence is not correct. Even if it's simple. Even if it feels uncomfortable. Because today, I go market yesterday. Tomorrow becomes, I went to the market yesterday. That's progress. Now here's something powerful. When you practice daily, your brain changes. At first, you translate everything. Slow, heavy, unnatural. But over time, you start thinking in English. Directly. I want water. I'm tired. I need help. Simple, clear, natural. That's how fluency begins. Not with big words, but with real use. Now imagine this. 6 months from now, you're in a conversation, and instead of freezing, you respond. Instead of thinking too much, you flow. Instead of fear, you feel control. Not perfect, but confident. And people notice, not because your English is perfect, but because it's real. Now, before we finish, I want you to remember this. Small habits, repeated every day, change your life. Not big actions, not perfect plans. Small, consistent steps. So here's your challenge. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, 15 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes during the day, 15 minutes at night. That's it. No excuses, no overthinking, just action. And if you're serious about changing your English, subscribe to Fluent, period. Because here, we don't just learn English. We build confidence. We build action. We build results. Now go. Say one sentence in English. Out loud. That's your first step. And remember, you don't need more time. You just need to start. Fluent, confident, unstoppable. That's your path. On Fluent, period.